Hi there, students. A dissident, a noun talking about a person. You could also use dissident as an adjective. And dissidence, the noun of the quality. Okay, a dissident is a person who actively challenges the established political system or the established religious system or a doctrine or a belief. Yeah. So there have been examples of dissidents throughout history, although mostly nowadays dissidents, the word a dissident is used to talk about a political dissident. So, for example, Martin Luther King was definitely an American dissident. So was Malcolm X. They challenged the status quo. They challenged the political system. Gandhi was a dissident. Yeah, these are people who are looking for change. Let's see, the Americans like Russian dissidents. So, for example, Andrei Sakharov, who was a Russian nuclear physicist, who became a prominent Soviet dissident, yeah, an activist for human rights and nuclear disarmament. Okay, so a dissident is a person who publicly disagrees with their government and criticizes their government. Yeah, you could call them a dissenter as well. Yeah, they feel dissent. Notice dissent is more general. There was a lot of dissent in class about the fact that we were doing grammar exercises. Dissident is openly fighting against it, openly disagreeing and criticizing, particularly the status quo. So a dissident group, a dissident writer. Okay, so I don't know, for example, for example, Martin Luther, he was a religious dissident, yeah, who was excommunicated by the Pope. Or, for example, in Saudi Arabia, Jamal Khashoggi, the reporter who was killed in Saudi Arabia. There are very often it is politically very dangerous to be a dissident. You are very likely to be arrested. So dissidence is something that is heavily penalized or heavily dealt with by totalitarian regimes. For example, in Myanmar, Aung San Suu Kyi was a famous dissident. Okay, so a dissident is somebody who fights against the regime, yeah, who openly disagrees with what's happening. So, there are some dissidents in the Republican Party who disagree with what Mr. Trump has been doing. In Nazi Germany, there were dissidents as well. So, yeah, there have always been dissidents, and they will be dissidents. They're often put in jail without being accused of that, but due to infringement or due to breaking a law that they are opposing. Yeah. Okay, so a dissident, yeah, it's like to dissent, a dissenter, but if you dissent, you just disagree. So I said that it was red, but he dissented and said it was blue. A dissident is much more active than that, and also for something much more important. Okay, so a dissident, an adjective meaning disagreeing with the established religious system or the established political system. So, yeah, dissident elements within the armed forces were the cause of the revolution. A dissident, formality. I'm going to give it a 5.5 in formality. Use it absolutely anywhere. Let's see, it comes from the Latin verb dissidere, to sit apart or to disagree. Dis and sedere, to sit apart. So you sit apart, you politically sit apart, you show your disapproval for the regime or the status quo. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Dissident, dissidence.